This is a bridge program, which is different than a traditional program, which the bridge program allows a CODA and a certified occupational therapy assistant like myself to transition to a master's program or occupational therapist, whereas traditional programs are, it's in class, whereas this is asynchronous and we're meeting on the weekends. But also, this program allows a CODA, an occupational therapy assistant, is an associate's level, where this is a master's. Usually you'd have to go for a bachelor's before you went to a master's level program, so this is different in that you can go from an associate's to a master's. And there are very few of these programs around the country. I don't think you can work and do this program without the flexibility that it provides. So this program has allowed me to stay working so I can still make some money and pay the bills and not just be living on student loans. I mean, that was really a vital component as far as this program. I knew as a middle-aged person, I could not just say, well, I'm going to stop working for 4 years and take out another 5 figures of student loans. So this program provided that option, which was really the only way I was going to be able to go back and become a full-on occupational therapist.
Students in the Masters of Occupational Therapy program will learn really the whole OT process for the occupational therapy, from the time that they start the evaluation to the time that they have the client through the process of intervention and discharged. About 75 to 80% of the program is offered online, and then they come on campus for 3 times every 10 weeks during their semesters. During the weekends that the students are on campus, we really focus on the hands-on learning. What do they need to be able to do and learn and develop skills in while they're together and with us? So we use our time very efficiently. They're usually packed with learning, very hands-on and oriented to them working together, working with individuals. So during the pediatric course, we have kids that come to campus and they get to practice doing assessments with kiddos.
Students come to campus a total of 3 different times that they get to do an orthotics application. So it's a competency that they do where they come in, they learn about ahead of time what the type of splint is, how it's applied, what types of diagnosis it's most important for, and then when they come to campus, they actually have the opportunity to put it together. They measure each other for it, do it in partners, and then actually fabricate the splint.
During their fieldwork, students get an opportunity to apply what they've learned within the curriculum. Students are involved in 4 faculty-led level 1 rotations, so those occur over a semester each. So it occurs over the lifespan, so they'll have 1 rotation with mental health, 1 with pediatrics, adult physical dysfunction, and then geriatric or elders. And then at the end of their didactic portion of the curriculum, they participate in 2 level 2 rotations that are, it's 40 hours a week for 12 weeks, so much more in depth. They get to know the clients and what their needs are, and really understanding the occupational therapy process. So going from evaluating the client to creating the treatment plan, implementing those interventions, discharge.
Because of the format of the program, we are accessible to students from across the country. We have had students from as far as Alaska join our program. They still travel when we have our MOT weekends, but the rest of the learning can happen where they're at and whenever they want to. So a 5-hour time difference to them, they could be doing an assignment when students on the East Coast are already in bed, but it makes it accessible to them, and we've had students from across the country be successful through the program.
It was a lot cheaper, and there were a lot of other programs that required your bachelor's degree before you started school, and as an occupational therapy assistant, the requirement right now is just an associate's degree, and also like the time required away from home made it a lot easier too. Not having quite as much time that we had to be physically on campus helped a lot. The flexibility of being able to be online the majority of the time has really helped. That way I can still attend to my family and have
financially,
that. Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to afford to not work.
Yeah.
The program outcomes for the Master of Occupational Therapy program are something we're really proud of. We have built a program that we feel is very strong and helps students to be prepared for what they need to do in practice.